Plaintiff Jontavius Bohannon dated the defendant, but he claimed she had a problem with the amount of sexual partners he had, and it made her extremely jealous. Jontavius is suing his ex-girlfriend today for an unpaid loan and the cost of a chain. Defendant Carol Rodriguez says breaking up with Jontavius was the best thing that ever happened to her. Carol claims Jontavius was insecure and controlling, and he constantly accused her of cheating. Carol denies owing Jontavius for anything.
All right, and sir, you're suing your ex-girlfriend for $2,000 for an unpaid loan and the cost of a chain?
A total of $425. Let me check my records.
The total amount.
That's right, $425 for the chain and $1,570.
What does that add up to?
A total of $2,000.
That's what I said. Okay, start with you.
Carol and I was in a relationship.
Starting when?
Starting when, I would say either late December of 2019 or early January of 2020.
Okay, how'd it go?
We had sex, and because of the sex, we both enjoyed it, and we both, I guess the sex was so well off, it was so good.
For who?
For the one who asked the question, how many sexual partners did I have?
No, I'm saying, who was it good for? You don't know whether it was good for her or not.
It was good for both of us.
How do you know? How do you know it was good to her?
The reactions.
Could have been faking it.
That is also true.
So you don't know. You think
you know. In a way to say, yeah. Okay, without actually verbally saying, no, I won't say I don't know.
All right, then.
I'm willing to admit it.
It was good to both of us. No, it wasn't. You don't know that.
Right.
You tell them you don't know me like that. All right, I'm having fun with you, young man.
Plaintiff Jontavius Bohannon is suing his ex-girlfriend, who says breaking up with Jontavius was the best thing that ever happened to her.
You all started a relationship after that?
That's exactly what happened. We started a relationship, and the amount of partners I had in the past was the foundation of the relationship. And I know that was the foundation of the relationship because every time we would step out, that would be what would cause the energy and the mood to change, Every time we stepped out into public and just to go out and have a good time, you know what would happen? We'll see a young lady and
that you have been associated with in the past.
Whether I associated with them or not, that was...
period.
Right.
Just jealous. Yeah. That's why you meant by the sex was so good. She just was obsessed and couldn't see you even look at another woman.
Well, being so vulgar, yes, in a way.
She was addicted?
Yeah, addicted.
You were addictive. He was addictive?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I like to see myself now as a ray of sunshine, so.
Ray of sunshine.
Yeah, but.
No, right. You would see how much you shine in the day. Yeah. All right, and give me some background on the relationship, ma'am.
For me, when our relationship ended, that was the best thing that could have happened to me.
Why?
Because when I was with Jontavius, he was very insecure, controlling, and jealous. And there
Thinking that you were messing with other guys, or concerned that you would be? Well, how was he jealous?
Exactly how you just mentioned it, Your Honor. He would think that I was with someone or I was fooling around with someone else, fooling around in the context of maybe like being like sexually involved with someone else.
Okay, and you thought the same of him?
No.
Oh, he believes you thought that. Well, he believes you were very jealous because of your concern for him associating with other women.
No.
You weren't concerned with that at all?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess it wasn't like you thought. She didn't care who had that.
I apologize.
She said ain't nothing special about that. You gonna do whatever you want to do. Go ahead, sir. Special. And the sex was so good that you're the one started this.
Right.
She refuted it immediately. All right, tell me about the loan.
Just one day I walked in the room and I seen her working on an affirmation board, like a vision board to what she'd like to see in the foreseeable future. And I looked down at the board and I seen braces, and I was like, I can help you get the braces. I can help you get the braces. Only stipulation, all you gotta do is pay me back. She agreed. She said, all right, if you help me get the braces, I will pay you back for the braces.
What was the payment arrangement?
The payment arrangement was I was going to make the down payment and she was going to make the payments superseding
And
every other.
what did happen?
Huh?
What did happen? Did she make her payments?
Well, the thing is, I told her I'm going to make those payments until like, because it was in jeopardy of losing the house, like an outside story. So I told her, hey, I would take care, I would pay for the braces, and I would make the payments, because I didn't pay for the braces up front. I actually ended up financing the braces. And I will make the payments until we actually lose the house we was losing. So from I'd say mid-May in 2020, that's when I took her out to go get the braces. And up until March 2021 is when we lost the house. So initially, I made the down payments for the braces, and I made every other payments.
Might be homeless, but you got teeth. It's hard to smile when you're homeless, though.
Right. So
save those teeth until after you pay your rent. Then you have something to smile about. Go ahead.
Once I made the initial payments for the braces, I continuously made those payments until we lost the house, and I was.
What was the agreement?
I told her just, hey, what I pay for the braces, just pay me back. I know I was going to pay the
so
entire
what does
braces
the rent
off.
have to do with it?
Rent?
Oh, Lord.
Rent has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
That's all you've been talking about. Yeah. That's all you've been talking about, losing your house.
Oh.
You don't remember talking about that?
Yes, I remember
You
talking
did
about
lose the house? You don't remember that whole conversation? Oh, my goodness.
Plaintiff Jontavius Bohannon is suing his ex-girlfriend, who says breaking up with Jontavius was the best thing that ever happened to her.
Go ahead, ma'am. Let me hear from you in terms of the $2,500 for braces. He says you owe $2,000 along with a chain is the balance. What do you say to that?
Okay, so
The braces. What was the agreement on the braces? Let's start there.
all right, so he told me that he'll help me out by putting the initial down payment, which was a total of $449, and I have the ledger here on page 3 that the initial payment was $449, and after that, my first payment that I made on my own was February 12th, and I've been making all of the payments since then. $149 a month.
$149, and you've paid it up to when?
Until now, I'm still paying for them.
Okay, so it's up to, it's not delinquent.
No.
Okay. And, sir, why are you suing her? She says she's paid. You have evidence that she hasn't paid?
Right, I have evidence counteracting what she's just talking about, because
what
I have
page?
the bank statements starting on page 2. If you can look down, you see the highlighted marker where I sent her $200, because I would usually send her extra money because, like I said, well, I didn't say, but like I'm finna say now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't have anything that's highlighted.
Oh,
Well, I do have one star.
so if you-
I just saw a star.
If you check on page 2 on the left-hand side, there's like a permanent marker marking.
Yeah.
I know
Zell
the
to
print-
Rodriguez Carroll.
it's tough to
This
read
is
the
you
print.
sending her money.
Right. I was sending her money to make sure you can make her payments for her braces. Because from the time she got her braces,
Pardon?
from the time she got her braces until the time we lost the house, I was sitting there. I was.
There you
sending
go
her
with
money.
this house again.
No,
And then
because-
when I talked about it, you, huh? What? House? What are you talking about? We over that. All right. So the date is scratched out, though. Why?
Oh, just so like no reason, like nothing to
Oh,
hide the
okay.
date or anything.
No reason for the date to be scratched out. Among all the other entries, only that date is scratched out. Got it. What else you want me to see? I got another one where the date is scratched out. All right. I'm unable to see and conclude what it is because too much information has been redacted, primarily the dates. And it's hard to make a decision if you don't have the dates of the occurrences. But
That's fair enough to deem important.
Pardon me?
I said that's fair enough to deem important. You know, I'm saying, like I said, the reason why I scratched off the date so it's easier to find, not to alter like the
No, you
documents.
don't. You put a star. You don't scratch the date. Every single one has this date has been scratched,
If I knew that
except for what?
beforehand, then I
Except
wouldn't
for
have-
one. The other one just has a star. It's not scratched out as well. A star, like I suggested, the normal and reasonable thing to do. Not scratch out the most important or the second most important to the amount is the date that the amount was paid or received. You've scratched them out. All right, tell me about the chain, sir.
All right, moving on to the chain. Periodically, I would send her money. She was very good with her finances, and she saved up the money, and she ended up buying me a necklace for my birthday.
When did she buy that for you?
When?
Yes, sir.
I would say July 2021.
Okay, July 21. Bought you a necklace, and why are you suing for it?
She decided to sell a necklace.
Okay, how did she get it?
When we lost the house, she packed it up in her things because I kept it in her possessions because she would keep the jury together.
Mm-hmm. And you all moved when you moved. You all moved
yeah,
together.
When we moved, it was in her possession. Then a few months
But
later,
you all were living together?
at this point in time, when she purchased the necklace for me, yeah.
No, when you moved, when you got put out.
All right. When we moved and got put out, no, we was not living together.
Okay, and yet she took it with her.
Correct.
All right. Why? Any particular reason?
No, well, like I said, I left it in her possession because
I got that. I heard the facts.
skip
I said,
over it.
did you ask her, or maybe you can come up with a reason for her taking it?
Well, she said
maybe
the
you
necklace.
said you take it with you and hold it. Or maybe after she left, she said, I took it and I'm holding it for you because it was in danger of being stolen. What did you hear?
Right. The thing is, right. So she said she kept the necklace because it reminded her of me.
Plaintiff Jontavius Bohannon is suing his ex-girlfriend, who says breaking up with Jontavius was the best thing that ever happened to her.
Tell me what happened with this necklace he's referring to.
Okay, so I bought the necklace June 2020, not 2021. I bought it at the end of the month because his birthday was in the beginning of July. So I bought him a necklace, and he would often keep it in my jewelry box. And so when
You bought it for him as a gift?
Yes, I did.
Mm-hmm.
And it was left in my jewelry box. He would often leave it in there because it was the safest place to keep it. And I moved out, and I didn't realize that it was with me, so I took it accidentally with me. And when I did realize that I had it, I did get in contact with him about trying to return it.
When did you first get in contact or try and contacting?
March 2021.
March what? Of
2021.
21?
Yes.
And then what happened from there?
I tried to contact him a few times about, meeting up so that I can return it to him, but the plans would never follow through, so eventually I just sold the necklace.
For how much?
It was probably like $180.
Did you tell him you were going to sell it if he didn't respond?
No, sir.
Why?
I just didn't think about it.
Okay, you thought about continuing. You were texting him earlier, and that was the most important thing you should have told him. Amongst any of the texts you made regarding this, the most important one should have been, unless you respond to me within a certain time frame, I will consider it abandoned. But you, just because a person hasn't responded within your time frame, whether it might be 2 weeks, 1 week, 3 months even, you can't just arbitrarily say, well, He hadn't called me back. I'm going to throw it away. No, you got at least that one last warning that I will consider it abandoned. Or you don't have to use that legal word. You can just say, if you don't respond, I'm going to do something with it. I'm going to dispose of it. And you got to give them a warning. That's my point. And so folks should know that. When a person so-called abandons the property, if you have a way of locating them, and you had one because you had talked to them before and you all have been communicating. If you have a way of contacting that person, then you have to contact that person. Or if you have a way to do it through a third party, if a person isn't coming to pick up their things, you have to give them a final warning before you dispose of them. You have to say, I'm going to dispose of the things and consider it abandoned if you don't respond to me. Then you can do that. But a lot of folks don't know it requires that warning, but a little common sense should tell you that too. If you're being upfront, a little common sense should say, well, before I throw this person's stuff away or sell it, I should at least say, if you don't respond, I'm going to. And you didn't do that, did you?
No.
All right. So the loan, sir, you're confused and you confuse me, meaning you are unable to prove your case. $425 for the chain, I'll grant you that because she agreed that she owes you that. Have a good day.
The thing is, she know I paid the basis for it, and she came here with different kind of evidence. I guess if I knew, I should never cross it out to begin with. So no actual words because it's not going to change anything.
I have nothing to say.